Hi, I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
And he's contagious. And not only he has a good personality way.
It's just, I really am sick. Be glad you're not here. I'm sorry if I cough.
But we're going to stick it out because we like you guys. Anyways, first couple of stories, throwbacks and updates. Go.
All right, so Attorney General Eric Holder has been found in contempt of Congress, according to the House of Representatives.
In a 255 to 67 vote, he is straight up held in contempt. Apparently, 108 Democrats sat out in protest and didn't vote, and one of them voted present, So technically it was 255 to 1 to 67. But anyways.
They're protesting because he's black, and they're saying, oh, you're just doing this because he's black. Yeah, BS.
Wow.
Anyway,
because everything's about race.
Right. Because he's been, this is the first Attorney General that's been held in contempt of Congress before, and because of this, if he gets upheld through the Senate, they're going to be looking at every single paper and document that they ever had through Fast and Furious, and ripping them to shreds.
Well, nice knowing you. So speaking of, firsts, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to all of you who will now be paying for my health care. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Supreme Court had Obamacare put in front of them for the last several months and finally came to a decision where 4 of them who were very staunchly Democrat and the other 4 who were very staunchly Republican, they were, they're not supposed to be party affiliated, but you know who appointed them. So anyways, in a landmark decision, Judge John Roberts, who was appointed by George W. Bush, decided to vote for upholding Obamacare. So, barring going into a huge Republican rant, if you will, because that's kind of my closest affiliation, somewhere between Republican and Libertarian. But I'm really kind of upset by this whole thing. But at the same time, again, thank you.
The main thing for me, actually, is not so much the whole health care point. It's the fact that this is, the Supreme Court is saying that the government can force you to buy things now. That is constitutional.
Apparently. So, not only thanks for the health care, but thanks for everything else that they're going to make us buy very, very soon. Presidential hopeful Romney has come out and said, if we want to get rid of Obamacare, we're going to have to replace President Obama. And, of course, that means, put him in. And so far he has vowed to, on day one, go in, fist a-swinging, and try and take it down. So good luck, and hopefully we won't have to pay for each other's health care for too long.
Another Obama, Michelle, this one, has come out with her stance on poor people and poor children, especially poor black children, according to her, or African-American children, whatever, I don't care. She's saying that the main problem with poverty and uneducation and all of that, and the things, reasons why there's just so many problems in that kind of community is because, well, unhealthy diet, unsafe neighborhoods, all that is diet, exercise, and turning off the TV. I'm not seeing the correlation here. Yes, too much TV can be bad, but a little bit actually helps keep you informed, for one, and two, that's not going to help kids get educated. That's not the problem. The problem's in the schools. The problem's in the whole idea of staying on welfare and letting the government give you that money, and you don't need an education, and just aspiring to only sports instead of academic, heights. That's the problem. That's what you need to go after, not shutting down television.
And with our science correspondent AJ being incapacitated, I will take over today's science. A fireball that fell on the Chihuahua state of Mexico back in 1969 they've been studying pieces of it all across Chihuahua, and they have found this wonderful new material that is a form of titanium dioxide, and they're calling it Penguite. That's the one, and named after the Chinese god Pangu, who created separated the earth from the heavens, and creating the yin and the yang and such things. So I thought that was pretty cool, and apparently it's titanium that was formed in the early stages of our solar system being formed. So that's really cool, and I want more studies to be done on it because, well, of course they just discovered it, so they haven't had time for that yet. They just named it, for heaven's sakes. Anyways, so more on that later.
So if you've been keeping up with us or the news in general at all, you'll know that UAVs have been claimed to have been hacked by certain countries. And, well, students at University of Texas at Austin decide, yeah, we can do that. The Department of Homeland Security heard about it and went, no way. This is all the news, just, propaganda, all that. There's no way you can hack us, one of our drones. So, University of Texas at Austin got their own drone, and for less than $1,000, hacked it in front of the Department of Homeland Security. They weren't very happy about that, but, the students were.
Most of the time when you tell the DHS that you can do something that they say you can't do, they get a little upset.
It can be done, and for less than $1,000, you might want to work on that. Cookies are good. Oh, William Shatner. Poor man.
I love William Shatner. He's so cool.
Recently, he was going through the L.A. airport, going into South Africa. Really long flight. So he decided to wear loose clothing. Real loose pants, loose shirt, no belt, because it's going to be a long flight.
And he's old. Because you don't know, he's old.
And was going through security, and they started, the pat down thing, whatever. And
he got randomly selected for a pat down. By the way, he's William Shatner. There's nothing random that happens to William Shatner.
Right. And his pants dropped.
Except that, apparently.
I'm going with you on this one. I don't think it randomly happened. I think the TSA agent went.
I feel really bad for him.
He feels bad. He's just real, embarrassed, and just his pants dropped in the middle of an airport.
He says this is the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to him, and he played on the original Star Trek. So. And I'm not knocking original Star Trek. Relax. I love Star Trek. I love all the Star Treks. But we move on to end our day in Vienna, where all great things have happened. Really, truly, no. But anyways, apparently, very recently, almost 10 tons of garlic was stolen. Wow, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Laughing is not good for the cough.
That is very true. So, 10 tons of garlic was stolen in Austria, and the 5 thieves, loaded it into 3 different kind of unmarked vans, and they were all trying to cross the Austrian border and get out of the country and go sell their 30,000 euros, which is only about 37,000 American dollars, by the way, worth of garlic.
9.5 tons.
Yeah, by the way.
You think they just barely break even just from the gas money?
The gas. Because each van was holding over 3 tons of garlic. If you don't do the math on that, that's what it comes out to. So these guys were trying to cross the border, each with about 3 tons of garlic or so. And, of course, 3 tons of garlic is going to smell like heaven. But at the same time, stank like crazy. So they were caught on the border, and these 5 guys who are Romanian?
Yeah.
Apparently Romania produces thieves. But they won't release their names because Austria is real nice and secretive about all that stuff. Real private people, those ones. So, the point being, how do you try and move 9.5 tons of garlic? Like, really? Why do you even steal garlic? Apparently they were making spaghetti.
Lots of spaghetti.
Oh, that's so much spaghetti. Anyways, thank you so much for watching The Extraordinary Times. I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
This is a like button over here. This is a favorite button over here. If you really kind of enjoyed us, play with those buttons. If you want us to get better, hit that subscribe button up there, and we will see you tomorrow. Be aware. Up for you. Let's try that again. This time without the marbles in my mouth.
Why do you have marbles?
I don't know, but it's opposite day. No. Anyways, starting over.